Well, howdy, folks. We'd like to welcome you to Colony Hills Homestead once again. Please subscribe, share, like the videos that we have out. We'd appreciate you so much. So today we're going to deal with a question I've been asked many times, and then we're going to provide tip of the week at the end. So I've been asked several times about quail fighting. What causes it? How to stop it? Am I at fault for it? Is it natural? There's a pecking order in the animal kingdom with all species. It is what it is. Sometimes you just have aggressive birds. Those birds need to be culled out. Sometimes you have a sick, lame, or injured bird. The other birds know this. Other birds are going to pick on that bird. Okay? So you want to make sure that if you're seeing this, that you take care of any sick, injured birds. You dispatch of them. If you've got aggressive roosters, I've even had aggressive hens, dispatch those birds. A good place for them is freezer camp. That's where I put them. I love quail. So if you have quail in your pens that are running around looking like little miniature turkeys with a bald head like mine, you got a problem with your ratio. You got too many roosters to hens. How you doing, sister? You're all right this evening? Helping me out. Thanks. So you may need to get your quail out of the pen, do a count out, make sure that your ratios are right. Some people will run 4 to 1, 4 hens to 1 rooster. I run 5 to 1. Seem to have good luck with that. Fertility rates are high. I've even pushed to 6 and 1. That was not in community cages. It was in smaller cages where I was really trying to control a breeding situation and get some colors I was looking for and all that. You have an over-aggressive rooster that is that way, maybe adding a hen would help the situation out. If it doesn't, hey, get rid of that rooster. You don't want that in your flock anyway. Those genes are going to be passed down, okay? You need to get rid of that. So, again, like I said, freezer camp, it's a good place. Now, you count those birds out. Say they're feather sexable, which most of mine are, except my Schofield Silver collection aren't. And my Tibetans, they're not as well, so I have to vent sex. The feather sex, that's easy. You just count them out, look at them, put them back in. Maybe if you done it early at like 3 weeks, you could have made possibly a mistake, with a jumbo or a fob fee or something like that. I've done it. I've looked in my cages. I thought I had, 10 hens, 2 roosters, and wound up having 3 roosters, after a couple weeks, and was wondering why, they're missing all these feathers. And now missing a few feathers now and then here on the back, that's normal. That's just part of the breeding process. But again, they're running around looking like buzzards, on the head. If it turns gray and turns loose all at the same time like mine did, there's a problem. My problem is age. Well, no, it's heredity. Got that from you, Daddy, because it's been that way since right out of high school. So let's talk about introducing new birds, because that's another reason you may see some quail fighting or deaths even. I seem to have learned everything the hard way, but you can't just always add a bird in. Say you have a bird that for whatever reason, and this is going to happen, and you're not going to know why, this bird passed away. It expired. It's gone. So you take care of that. Oh, I need a new hen in a cage. Sometimes you can present a new hen and it'd be just fine. I've done it and it didn't go so well every time. I'd come back the next day and that hen is also dead. Okay. What I have found out recently, and I've done it many times now, and it seems to really work well, is When I want to introduce a new bird or birds, which I did today, by the way, I introduced 2 new hens to a community cage. So I took the opportunity to take all those birds out of that cage. I put them in a large container I used to use as a brooder that is now nothing but a dust bath. Play sand. I put a little bit of diatomaceous earth in there. They love it. They get that at least once a month because I don't put it in my cages. A lot of people do. If you can, that's great. That's another video. But I take all my birds out. I put them in there with the birds that I'm wanting to introduce to the new cage. All right? So what I'm doing is disorienting my birds. Then I'm going to reorient my birds. So I recommend you leave them in that sand bath with the new bird or birds, at least 45 minutes to an hour, okay? Gives you a good time to clean that cage or that particular section, disinfect, put those birds back in there, and they're all big one flock, happy flock again, okay? So that's introducing new birds. That's what I found that has worked for me. You can't always have hatch rates or hatches to where, oh, you get just the right count or just the right amount to where you won't have to or want to add birds later. So that's what I have on aggressive birds, guys. That's what I have on introducing new birds. The quick tip I was going to give you saves me a lot of time with poop trays. Okay, when you empty a poop tray, you get it however you do it. All right, however you do it, you clean that poop tray. Before you put it back in, sprinkle it with pine shavings. Doesn't matter if it's big flake, small flake, or sawdust. Doesn't matter if it's, you know, now that I'm thinking about it, and I have a lot of that, by the way, if I didn't have the flakes, pine needles. Good idea. They don't cost anything. Put them down on your tray. When the birds poop, you get ready to pull it out, it slides right off. Literally, guys, slides right off. There's no scraping and high pressure washing every week. You know, you still need to do those things on a maintenance schedule, but it just slides off and it goes so easy. So there's a tip of the week. We're going to end this video. I want to say have a great weekend. It is Saturday evening here in East Texas. We're looking for rain tomorrow. I think had rain yesterday, much needed. God knows what we need. So looking forward to whatever he's going to provide us. He's got us with a good evening this evening, and I'm going to sit out here and enjoy it. So thank you. God bless.